Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back. This is your September 21st, September 21st, 2025. This is the new moon in Virgo, and this is the reading, and I'm going to do a collective reading. I'm still going to break it up for, the water signs and the fire signs and stuff like that, but I thought maybe I'd do one because it's a collective, energy that's going on. So we're going to do that. So this isn't just like any new moon. This is a cosmic reset. It's a lunation of release, renewal, and rebirth. And we'll explore what this Virgo new moon means to all the zodiac signs, what energies are being stripped away, and what blessings are waiting on the other side. And if you're ready for clarity, healing, and fresh beginnings, this is the right place. So before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss my new moon and my full moon readings. And these readings are timeless guidance, and subscribing helps keep this channel thriving so I can keep making them for you. So hope you do that. So September 21st, 2025, that's the new moon of release and renewal. So we're going to start with numerology like I always do. And when we add up the date, we get 21, which goes to 3. So number 3 is the vibration of creation, expression, and synthesis. It's where endings meet beginnings. So think about it as a child born from two forces, the bridge between loss and possibility. So, for example, you may feel an urge to express what's being buried. So that could be confession or a creative project, even your grief, right? So suppression festers, but expression heals. So this number asks, what needs a voice so you can move forward? Now let's look at astrology. And this lunation is a cosmic mirror. So Virgo's clarity on one side and Neptune's illusions on the other. So the new moon strips away fantasies so you can finally see truth. So here's the new moon. So the new moon, see, do I not have as much space? Hi, finally looking at the camera. So here's the moon. So this is a new moon in Virgo. So this is about refinement and discernment and purification. So Virgo says, what still clutters your life? That can be a toxic relationship or a draining job or even a habit you cling to out of comfort. So this moon is surgical. It wants to cut away what doesn't serve your evolution. I had to get the card. I don't usually use these ones, but Neptune is in the opposition to Pisces. So Neptune can blur boundaries and pull you into wishful thinking. So you might feel tempted to cling to nostalgia like fantasies or victim stories. But this opposition brings a choice. Do you drown in illusion or rise into clarity? Then we'll go into my regulars. So here's Mercury. And Mercury is direct in Virgo. For weeks, words and decisions may have felt foggy, and now they sharpen. You'll suddenly know what you want to say, and the new moon gives you the courage to say it. And then we have Venus, and Venus is in Leo. And that's square Uranus and Taurus. So let me get that. I'm using all the new cards. So Venus is in Leo. And that's square Uranus and Taurus. So relationships like love and values are being shaken. Something may surprise you, like a sudden shift in how you give or receive love. For some, it's a spark of liberation. For others, it's a crack in a foundation that was never steady. And then we have Mars. Everybody over here. Mars. So Mars is in Cancer, and that's trine. Hi. So Mars is in Cancer. And I've made such a mess. Mars is in Cancer, and that's trine with Saturn in Pisces. So Mars gives motivation, and Saturn gives structure. So together they say your emotional strength can build something real. This is soft power, the determination to keep moving forward even when you feel fragile. So you may be waking up realizing, I can't carry this anymore, whether it's a relationship or a job or a mindset. The new moon gives you both the clarity and the courage to let it go. All right, let's clean up my mess. Okay, so I was looking through the video the next day, and I noticed that I missed a whole section. So here it is the next day. This won't look exactly the same because this was all cleaned up. The camera angle is different. Everything's different. And I apologize. So let's just, so we're going to look at the tarot cards, and let's see how the tarot reflects this Virgo moon. So we're going to start. The part I missed is the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups, that's grief. So this card shows us where we're still mourning. So something didn't work out. A dream fell apart. And the new moon energy brings that grief to the surface so you can finally release it. So you might find yourself thinking about what could have been. That could be like you're thinking about a lost love or missed opportunities, or even the version of yourself you thought you'd become by now, right? You've set these goals and you haven't reached them yet. So you're just like, what am I doing? The Five of Cups doesn't dismiss that pain. It asks you to honor it, then turn toward what still remains. And this is a great card for that, because usually the sad man is looking at what he lost. Okay? They're looking at, like, they're focused on the past. And when he turns around, he sees like, oh, look, I have places to go. I have a beautiful home. I have all these things that I have and I can look forward to. And this card, he's actually looking at that, which I kind of like that better. Not focusing on the past. Then we go to the Queen of Swords, and I believe I started there. Whatever happened with the camera, hello. All right, so my camera died. Don't know when it died, but I think I was talking about the Queen, so I'm going to continue there. And if it's wrong, I'll just delete what I did, blah, 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 you don't care. Okay, so the Queen of Swords, she is the clarity, and she cuts through illusion. So after grief comes clarity. Okay, so after grief comes truth. So the Queen asks, what story are you done telling? What fantasy are you ready to lay to rest? So maybe you finally see a relationship dynamic for what it is, not for what you wished it could be. Or maybe you admit to yourself that the path you've been on isn't truly aligned anymore. So her gift is sharp vision, truth without denial. Right? I am so high up now. Let's take this one. So next we have strength. And strength is the grace. So strength doesn't roar, it whispers. So this card reminds you that true mastery is emotional grace. You don't need to force or to prove or to fight. You hold your power by staying calm and compassionate and ready. So instead of reacting with anger to betrayal or disappointment, instead of reacting, you pause, you breathe, you respond with dignity, and that response is your revolution. The quiet roar. Here's the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups. So after loss and clarity comes reconnection. So this card represents harmony, whether with the person or a soulmate or your own higher self. It's a blessing that comes after the shedding. So you might have a healing conversation with someone important, or you may simply feel a deep inner peace, like you finally re-met yourself after a long time apart. So this is quite quite the story that's going to be happening with this new moon. Well, so since it's collective, we're going to put out the fire signs. Hi, fire signs. So we have Aries and Leo and Sagittarius. So, you guys, this lunation sharpens your focus. So you've been having like a scattered energy, but Virgo's influence says, choose your battles. Expect clarity around your goals, especially in work and relationships. You may feel frustration rise, but the medicine is patience. Use this moon to refine your passion into precision. Yes. Should I just put it on top? Sure thing. All right. These is the water signs. And I'm just making a mess. So we have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So this is an emotional cleanse. So Neptune's pull is strong, and you may feel raw or nostalgic. Old grief may surface, but Virgo's clarity brings healing through structure. So that could be journaling or ritual, or simply telling the truth out loud will feel powerful. Right here. This is the start of deep emotional renewal. And then we have the earth signs, Taurus and Virgo and Capricorn. I'm right there. So, earth signs. So this new moon is directly in your element. Well, this one. You're being asked to refine the foundations of your life. So your routines, your work, and your health. So Virgo energy supports you in cutting away the excess. You'll feel called to make real, tangible shifts that bring stability. And the key is discipline without self-criticism. So hard for this one right here. Then we have the air signs. Okay, so the air signs are Gemini and Libra and sorry about that, Aquarius. So for you three, this lunation activates the mind. So clarity right here is your gift. But Virgo pushes you to apply it practically. So you may receive insights or ideas that demand action. It's not enough to think it's time to build. Conversations may bring breakthroughs, especially if you choose honesty over diplomacy. All right, so we're going to move everybody to the side. Yeah. Should I bring her out? Sure, because this is what we're talking about. Okay, so in summary, here's the medicine of this new moon. So this lunation is not soft, it's sharp, sword sharp. So the Five of Cups brings grief to the surface. The Queen of Swords slices away illusions. Strength steadies you with grace, and the Two of Cups restores connection. So astrologically, this new moon strips away confusion and demands truth. What's false dissolves. What's real remains. So here's the real life takeaway. Grieve what's gone, but don't stay there. Truth will sting, but it will also set you free. Strength is tenderness under pressure, and connection, whether with yourself or another, is the reward of letting go. So here's the advice on this new moon. Let go of the ghost of what could have been. Honor it. Release it. Step into truth, grace, and renewal. This is not just a new moon. This is a rebirth. So this Virgo new moon is your turning point. The universe is saying, grieve what's gone, but don't stay there. Choose truth. Choose grace. Choose connection. Remember, clarity is your power, tenderness is your strength, and renewal is your gift. Thank you for being here. Bye.